15661, +2 119290 66044, +2 119110 25025, +2 11923 1371000, or +2 119-880-52052. Email at nilesoilauction@gmail.com.
Live from Juba, on air and online.
This is iRadio News.
Hello, good morning. This is iRadio News. First, here are the headlines. President Salva Kiir has issued a series of presidential decrees announcing major changes in the government and security sectors affecting several senior officials. The national government has pledged to strengthen coordination and accelerate humanitarian efforts in Upper Nile State following a meeting between the state governor and national officials in Juba. And a religious leader, Bishop Dr. Isaiah Majok, said that securing peace is not a duty reserved for political leaders but a collective responsibility for all South Sudanese. This is stories and more coming to you in this news bulletin with me, Lasuba Memo, and now the news in detail. President Salva Kiir has issued a series of presidential decrees announcing major changes in the government and security sectors affecting several senior officials. According to the decrees read on the South Sudan Broadcasting Corporation (SSBC) on Monday evening, the president dismissed and reappointed a number of top officials in his administration and the armed forces. In the changes, Madut Yel has been relieved from his position as presidential advisor and replaced with Tutgat Luak, who returns to the post. The decree also removed Jola Jongo, the Minister of Presidential Affairs, who has been succeeded by Africano Mande. At the office of the President, Ajing Deng has been sacked as Executive Director, with James Deng Wall appointed to take over the position. Meanwhile, Atian has been relieved of his duty as Minister of Finance and Barnaba Bakjol named as his replacement. And the Minister of Petroleum, Deng Lual, has been removed from his position as Undersecretary and Chol Deng appointed to assume the role. In the security sector, Major General Valentino Bak Makwe, the commander of the Tiger Division, has been relieved of his duties and replaced by Lieutenant General Philip Nyon. In the diplomatic service, President Kiir appointed Rita Kiden Lotoa as Ambassador of South Sudan to Rwanda. She previously served in the office of the President as Secretary. The reshuffle, which touches key government institutions, is seen as part of President Kiir's ongoing efforts to reorganize and strengthen the administration. The national government has pledged to strengthen coordination and accelerate humanitarian efforts in Upper Nile State following a meeting between the state governor and national officials in Juba. Governor Jacob Dolar Road met on Monday in Juba with the National Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management, Albina Cole, Atak Mayom, and the chairperson of the Relief and Rehabilitation Commission, Stephen Kweth Gach, to discuss the humanitarian situation in Malakal and surrounding areas. The meeting resulted in a mutual commitment to improving living conditions, restore dignity, and facilitate the voluntary return and reintegration of displaced people in Nasir and other affected parts of Upper Nile State. Governor Road urged the need for stronger cooperation between the state and national government to ensure sustainable support, protection of civilians, and long-term recovery. For his part, Minister Albino reaffirmed the government's commitment to improving humanitarian interventions in partnership with the state authorities and humanitarian agencies. Religious leader Bishop Dr. Isaiah Majok has called on South Sudanese citizens to take personal responsibility for building peace in the country, saying it should not be left to political leaders alone. Speaking during the Praise and Worship Conference held in Juba on Sunday, the former chairperson of the South Sudan Pentecostal Churches urged the public to view peace building as a shared duty rather than relying on external actors. Dr. Majok said many South Sudanese continue to look to neighboring countries for solutions, yet true peace must begin within individuals, families, and communities. He said that peace starts with one's relations with God, oneself, and others. The Praise and Worship Conference held on Sunday aimed to unite churches across South Sudan in promoting peace and spiritual growth. This is our Radio Morning News. More than 40 people are now known to have died after multiple landslides struck Kenya and Uganda's mountainous border region last week. On both sides of the border, many people are still missing, and search and rescue teams have been sent out to find them amid warnings that more landslides could occur. Kenyan Interior Minister Kipchumba Murkomen warned as heavy rain continues to be experienced across several parts of the country, the risk of landslides, especially along the Kerio Valley region, is heightened. He is urging residents of affected areas to be cautious of any earth movements and says local authorities are moving those at risk to higher ground. 14 school children were among the dozens of Kenyans killed when two mudslides struck the Great Rift Valley area, according to the country's education ministry. And the military commander who has ruled Guinea since a coup 4 years ago has entered the presidential race, breaking an earlier promise to hand over power to a civilian government. Colonel Mamadi Daumboye submitted his candidacy at the Supreme Court on Monday, flanked by soldiers and wearing black sunglasses. He did not make any public comment. Two of Guinea's biggest opposition parties, RPG, ARC and Shell, and UPDG, have been excluded from December's contest. This has raised concerns about the election's credibility. Guineans had reacted with shock last month when it was announced that presidential candidates would need to pay a deposit of 875 million Guinean francs, an equivalent of 100,000 US dollars, to contest the election. This is our Radio Morning News, and to end this bulletin, here's a recap of the headlines. President Salva Kiir has issued a series of presidential decrees announcing major changes in the government and security sectors affecting several senior officials. The national government has pledged to strengthen coordination and accelerate humanitarian efforts in Upper Nile State following a meeting between the state governor and national officials in Juba. And religious leader Dr. Isaiah Majok said that securing peace is not only a duty reserved for political leaders but a collective responsibility for all South Sudanese. That's the end of iRadio Morning News. If there is a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message at +211 925 287 870. It's also a WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page iRadio, subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iRadio.org. Stay tuned for news in Arabic at 8 o'clock. I'm Lasuba Memo. Thanks for listening.
Looking for